Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to use Google Slides for graphic organizers. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll just show you what I would do with a real lesson that I have. Okay, so this is a real lesson that I taught last year. I literally just pulled up a flip chart that I have not looked at since last May when I taught this. And I haven't really thought about how I want to disseminate all of this information yet or what that looks like. However, I do know how to help create this for the kids and make something like this interactive for them. So all I'm going to do is take this or whatever, you can type something up, make a fill in the blanks here. And I want this to be set as a background for my Google Slides so that this is locked. And I want these little pieces to be images that they can move around. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a little space on the right. And I know this picture isn't perfect and some of it's been cut off. For the purpose of this video, I'm not really worried about that. I just want to kind of take you through this process. Word bank. There we go. But I'm not putting any of that stuff down there. Then I just have to capture this part. I suggest the snipping tool. I think most Microsoft computers come with the snipping tool, so just search for it. If not, you can download it for free, and I use it so much. It's such a good tool. So just click New, and I'm just going to capture all of this. I am keeping in mind that Google Slides proportions are 16:9, which just means that it's almost twice as long as it is tall. So I like it when my images are longer than they are tall, and it's not a square and it's not portrait, but landscape. So that's fine. And then I need to save it, and this could get a little cumbersome to be saving things, but I think if you do it ahead of time, it can save a lot of trouble in the long run. So I save it as a JPEG file, and now I'm going to go to the internet, click on the array, go to slides, and start a new presentation. I'm going to get rid of these boxes here, and then before I add anything to this page, I'm actually going to do a copy paste over here and get a few blank slides because I don't want to have to delete the boxes every time. Okay, so I want my graphic organizer to be the background because then it's locked and the kids can't move it around or accidentally delete anything. There we go. My computer is being very slow. All right, so now this is locked on there. If it's in work mode, the kids can't edit it, and if it's in present mode, they can't edit it. Now I need to put the words here that I want them to drag and drop. Now you have two choices here. You can do text boxes like this and type the words. I tried that earlier, and it's really a pain for them to move it around. So I think I'm going to take the time right now to create each of these words into a little image. And I'm just going to save them. 1, save, 2, just like that. I'm just turning these little words into images. Now I'm back in my slideshow, and I need to insert those pictures, and I wish I could insert 11 pictures at the same time. Can I? Yes, I can. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So I clicked on this one, I held down shift, and I clicked on that one, and it looks like it's gonna let me put all of them in at once. Yes. Oh, that's great. That saves time. And then just drag them over here and then arrange them, and you can make them smaller. You can practice to see if they actually fit in the blanks there. I'm not going to do that right now because this is just an example, but you can make, the words smaller. This one obviously is going to need to be a lot smaller. If you hold shift down while you resize, it'll maintain the proportions so that your thing doesn't, end up being like super, small in one area and not the other. So there it is, and that's it. And they can take this. Did you know that we live on a watery planet? In fact, 7% of the Earth. So that's one example. I can do now and things like that. I also, in this unit, the kids are supposed to be taking notes, And I have no idea really how I want to actually teach that, but in terms of the graphic organizer, I think it's going to be really easy because I can just set this as the background and then they can take notes like they would have in class. Now the only issue here is that if I set this as a background with the lines on it, if I were a student, it would really bother me that then on Google I would start typing and it wouldn't line up with the lines, and I would spend a really long time adjusting the font size to try to make it match. So I'm just going to put little boxes over it like that to spare them that frustration like that. And then I'm going to use the snipping tool and snip this. And then I'll save this as note catcher blank. Set that as my background. Note catcher blank. Done. And then I need to put in a text box like that. There's a text box there now. Something that I have noticed, oops, I didn't want to copy that. I wanted to copy the actual box. There we go. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Something I noticed with my third graders this year, because they've been working with things like this, is they don't understand that when you click on it, no cursor is going to appear. They just have to start typing. And they have to have that, you know, trust that once they start typing, the words will show up. That's really hard for kids to understand. Now there's a cursor there, but there isn't here, for example. They just have to start typing. So I would definitely model that. Another thing is that kids will delete the box. They just will. It's happened so many times to me already. They just need to draw it again. So I would also demonstrate how to do that. So that's how I do note catcher. The last one I'm going to do is the essay plan. So this is the plan that I use later. And so I want them to use this, but not to mess with all this stuff. So I'll just do the same thing and set it as my background. And I didn't snip it this time because I already have that file. It's a JPEG file in the first place, so there's no point taking it out of the flip chart if it already exists. So there it is. And the proportions won't be perfect on this one, but it kind of stretched it. It's fine. Then I want them to be able to edit this, so I just need to draw some text boxes. So there's a box. Copy, paste it. They can click and they can write their thesis sentence, and they can even color code it in the color it's supposed to be. And you can do that ahead of time. Here on Google Slides, you can start their sentences off for them too, or maybe you can do that for 5 of your kids as for differentiating or as a scaffold. And then they can come in and they can add to it, or they can fill in the blanks there. So yeah, again, not at all perfect, but I definitely wanted to throw this out there so that teachers can start experimenting with it, especially if going online is stressful for you, because I know it is for me. It definitely is a learning curve. So I hope that helps, and please let me know what questions you have and how I can help. Have a good day.